Good day, guys. I'm staying indoors at the moment because the weather's quite cold out there, and I thought it'd be nice just to sit through some lighting, some warmth, and have a good day. But anyway, it's Peter Pete's place, Bushcraft, Survival and Bushcraft. Get that the wrong way around. I'm going to get used to this name of this channel one of these days. But anyway, rule of threes, water we're on, and I thought I'd just do a quick and simple video about boiling water. I mean, there's plenty of water treatment kit out there, you know, from Myox filters to, what's a Sterapen? Sterapen. That are very good on the market these days, and we don't know. I don't know if the Sterapen actually kills Scripto, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. Not much kills Scripto. The Myox definitely kills Giardia, but I haven't researched Scripto. So what I'm getting out of this video, you can have all the gear, but in a survival situation, you're unlikely to have it with you. So what do we do? How do we sterilise our water? Because most of the streams here on this island, although they look perfectly fresh, you know, and you can look at it in the glass and it's clear, barring one or two little floating objects, so there's nothing in it. And you'd be very tempted to drink it. But I know that on my piece of land that the water has Scripto in it, Giardia in it, Legionnaire's disease in it, and a few others. I haven't got the report with me, I can't find it. But anyway, you'd be ill if you drank it, or you could be ill if you drank it. I mean, Scripto and Giardia are parasites that breed inside you. You know, they lay their eggs, the eggs come out, they infest the waterways or the grass or whatever you're eating, and the cycle starts again, and that's how they do. And Scripto especially has a hard shell that can protect it when it's outside of the body, to give it time to get inside another host. So you don't want this inside you. It can cause serious vomiting and bad times, things you do not want in a survival or even a bushcraft or even a general life situation. So what do we do? You know, we haven't got any of the kit with us. We're shipwrecked, plane crash, whatever we're in, marooned. We've gone out for a fishing trip and it's all gone horribly wrong. We've gone for a walk in the fells and it's all gone horribly wrong. It's very easy to get into a survival situation. We're in the car in heavy snow, we get buried. It's so easy, and there is so many kinds of situations. There's countless situations. You can't possibly prepare for them all, but what you can prep for is a general, generic look at survival. So what can I do? How can I treat my water? Well, to be honest with you, there's nothing better than boiling it. Simple as boiling it. Well, how do we boil it? It's everybody knows how to boil water, I would suspect. And that's as good as it gets, really. But minimum requirements are rolling boil for 2 minutes. So I've done a down below on a rolling boil, just to give you some idea. Bear in mind that at altitude, as I say on the clip, but water boils at a lower temperature. So you've got to bear that in mind. Look up some facts. Or, if you're at altitude, just simply boil it twice the time. 4 minutes instead of 2. But roll and boil, I thought I'd just show you roll and boil indoors on the wife's cooker. I say the wife's cooker. I do cook as well. I'm not being prejudiced here. It's my dishwasher. You know what I mean? But she's better at burning food than I am. Anyway, it's just let's go down below and let's have a look and see what we come up with. A rolling boil. I'm just bringing this onto the boil now, just to give you some idea of what a roll and boil looks like. Not that it's not common sense, but boiling water is boiling water, and you don't have to bring it onto a rolling boil. You can take it to a severe boil, because the longer you boil, the higher the temperature of the water will become. I've done it in the house because the weather's atrocious out there. As much as I'd love to get my billy can out and give you a wildlife demonstration. It's much better in here, guys, and the lighting's better, so that's what we're doing. But you see it's starting to bubble on the bottom of the pan now, which is not sufficient to kill Scripto and even some viruses and Giardia. Scripto has, and Giardia to a degree, has a hard outer shell on it that can survive a lot. So you need to bring it up. You need to be careful with this. You need to be careful with your water, as I say. The virus and parasites that live in water cannot be seen. They're microscopic. Your water can look perfect, and it isn't. And you know, Scripto will be ingested through the water. It will breed in your body. It will the new breeds will come out in your poo, and the cycle will start all over again. And the same with Giardia. It's a parasite. Viruses like Legionnaire's disease, and there are numerous viruses I can't think of at the moment, but there are lots of viruses in water. Good old British water, American water will not go into Brazil, but you know, there is a lot of disease in water that we cannot see, and it looks perfectly clear, and you cannot strain it out. This is the best way and cheapest way of doing it. You could do this on a campfire. You could use a piece of tin foil. You could make it a boiling vessel out of anything that's resistant to heat, and usually somewhere down the line you can get it. But here we are, we're coming up to the boil now. This is what you want to be looking at, and you know, don't let yourself be desperate in this situation, because you know, this has got to cool down, although it doesn't have to cool down very long before you can drink it, and drinking it warm in cold weather is not a bad idea. But you have to have time. You have to have, you know, that would be a good quantity of water to boil for the day. You know, you could manage on that. I'd suggest that that's about a litre. A litre will do in a cold climate. Excuse the fingernails, I don't know what they're doing. In a cold climate. In a hot climate, up to 3 litres of water. So you need to be getting going on your water. Here we are, we're coming up to the boil. And that's what I would class as a full boil, which is fine. You know, I could leave it at that. That's killing it. You know, and from that point, you know, at least 2 minutes. I would say 2 minutes. Give it 3 minutes. You know, give it 4 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's on a campfire. All that's happening is you're losing water to evaporation. But it's fine if there's a ready supply of water, like in the UK and in many parts of America and Canada. You know, you could boil your snow. Snow is going to be relatively clean unless something has fell on it. So, but again, you'd have to boil it down, because eating cold snow will drop your core temperature down. And as I said in the preview of this video, more people, I don't know the statistics, but a lot more people die of hypothermia than they do of dehydration. So just bear that in mind. But we're up to the boil now. I could shut that down. This is my wife's cooker. I'm not very good at this kind of thing. You could shut that down and we'll let it cool down. That's certainly what I would class as a roll and boil. You know, I cannot put my hand in that. I would kill skin cells. I'll certainly kill viruses and bacteria and parasites, given the amount of time. But remember again, like I said on the preview to this video, at altitude water boils at a lower temperature, and you do need to boil it at ground level temperature. You know, I suppose ultimately we could put a thermometer and carry a small thermometer, but you're not going to have that. That's just off a roll and boil. Let's turn that up a bit. It's not very exciting watching water boil any more than it is watching paint dry. But the water should roll. You know, that's a good indication that you've got it up to temperature. So turned it down, took it off the boil. I mean, it's boiling, and over time that will kill everything, but we're talking about sort of giving you some indication that 2 minutes at a rolling boil should sort your water out for you, and that's it. Guys, that's it. That's purifying my water. Any drinking water. If this was muddy water, it would still purify it. It would be muddy and it would have the taste of the mud and the minerals that's in it. That's a rolling boil. That's what I consider a rolling boil. But that's why we could filter through different methods water to give us a cleaner, fresher water that we can boil. So we'll go into filtering water, but we're going to stay on water before we move on. So I consider that a rolling boil. So that's what I'm looking for 2 minutes at low altitude. Okay. Well, there we are, roll and boil. As I say, it's the most disinteresting video, but people don't know. People could simmer something. Well, simmer is effectively good if it's done long enough, but people don't know the fundamentals these days, and that's why we bring kids into the Scouts and into bushcraft and into all sorts of that. My young fella's been in Cubs and Scouts. I wouldn't have it any other way, because that's where he picks up the life skills to know the basis, really. We've forgotten that food doesn't come in a plastic pack. But anyway, let's keep on the theme. That's it, roll and boil. I can't really say any more about it. As I said, it's like watching paint dry. So this is Pete at Survival and Bushcraft saying, please subscribe. I need you to build this channel up. Little button on the top there, guys, very, very small. That's YouTube for you. I could put a bigger one, but it's a lot of hard work. Press the button, scroll over it, press the button and subscribe.